Hi, and welcome to JD's Longbox. I'm your host, JD. For this episode, we're taking a look at the Wolverine Limited Series published by Marvel Comics in 1987. Wolverine was created by Lynn, Wein, and John Romita Sr. The writer was Chris Claremont. The pencils were by Frank Miller. The finishing inks were by Josef Rubenstein. And the colors were by Glenis Wein on issue 1 through 3, and Lynn Varley on the final issue. If you remember my trip to New York City where I bought a couple of comics off a street vendor, I promised to reveal the secret comic that I bought that day. Some of you probably guessed it was Wolverine Limited #1. That was just the first issue of a 4-part miniseries that expanded the lore of our favorite Canadian berserker. Wolverine finds a stack of unopened letters he'd sent to his beloved Mariko, and word from the Japanese embassy that she'd been summoned to her ancestral home. When he inquires more, they hang up on him. Big mistake. Wolverine hops a plane to the land of the rising sun to get answers. Part 1. Writing. The story plays out like a hard-boiled detective story with an Eastern flair. Wolverine's healing powers are way weaker than other adventures, and his other skills are dialed down too. But this is explained away by poison shuriken that were meant to kill him, having a lasting effect. I also felt that Wolverine was too easily swayed by the femme fatale Yukio away from his true love Mariko, but she got him on the rebound after losing face when he went full berserker and brutally killed a team of assassins in front of Mariko. After so many missed turns, Wolverine knows he must sacrifice everything, his own pain and suffering, and even his chance at love with Mariko, to make things right. And in the end, he proves that he indeed has the heart of a samurai. This gets a 9. Part 2. Pencils. Keeping with the film noir style of prose, Frank Miller turns in pencils that are at times highly detailed, and at other times murky light and shadow. He captures the neon cities and the ancient castles of Japan, and ninja battles on every other page. This gets a 9. Part 3. Inks. The inking brings the line work to life, creating splashes of light and dark, and adding details and expressions to the faces. This gets a 9. Part 4. Colors. Glenis Wein's colors are vibrant but cooler on the color spectrum, giving a more subdued feeling. Lynn Varley's colors are both more subtle and more intense, which is perfect for the climactic action and the climax of the character arc. This gets an 8. Overall score. This adds up to an 88%. Final take. This came out early in the development of Wolverine, so at times things feel out of place for the character we've known for the past 30 years. But other parts are very much Wolverine, to where I could hear Cal Dodd's voice when I read the dialogue.
You gotta ask yourself, do I feel lucky?
And this story is an essential piece of Wolverine's character development, the feral beast and the noble man. I hope you liked this review. Be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. If you want to learn where Wolverine got his adamantium skeleton and claws, then check out my review of Marvel Comics Presents Weapon X. And if you want to go all the way back to the earliest days of the man we call Wolverine, then check out my review of Origin. I'm JD, and until next time, this box is closed.